The power to think deeply is a true gift for humans. But what happens when this remarkable gift turns against us? What occurs when the ability to think deeply transforms into a relentless cycle of overthinking? Today, we will try to understand overthinking as a misdirection of a truly unique human possession and how to overcome it at the earliest possible time. Let's understand this. What is overthinking? It means thinking about something too much or for too long. So when does regular thinking turn into overthinking? It happens when you can't seem to stop worrying and think so much that you can't make a decision or do anything. And that's never a good thing. Moreover, overthinking is not merely thinking too much, but thinking ineffectively, obsessively, and detrimentally. It is a disease of the modern era. It is a distortion of our innate ability to think, ponder, and understand. To think is human, but to overthink is to let our thoughts take control of us. Why worry about overthinking anyway? Many people do not recognize that overthinking is a problem, but it's a really big problem. Overthinking can lead to indecision and inaction. When you think too much about a problem or a decision, you might become overwhelmed by all the potential outcomes and options, making it difficult to choose a course of action. This can paralyze your thinking. When you constantly think about a situation, it can be a significant source of stress and anxiety. Worrying about all the things that might go wrong or dwelling on negative outcomes can lead to a range of mental and emotional health issues. If you're overthinking interactions with friends, family, or colleagues, it can harm your relationships. For example, you might misinterpret something someone said and then obsess over it, leading to unnecessary tension or conflict. Continuously overthinking everything can rob you of the joy and spontaneity in life. It can hinder your ability to be present and engaged. Simply put, overthinking usually consumes a lot of time without providing any additional benefit. Those hours might be better spent engaging in constructive activities or relaxation. So, how to actually stop overthinking at the earliest? You cannot control everything. If you overthink and want to stop, the first step is to realize that you can't control everything. This means you can't control other people, how they feel, what happens around you, or what has happened in the past or will happen in the future. Understanding that you can't control everything should be the first thing you focus on, and you should remind yourself of this every day. We often try to control everything and keep thinking about it over and over, which can hurt our mental peace. If you stop and keep telling yourself that you can't control everything, it will make you feel much better. Recognize and accept. To defeat the enemy, you must know the enemy. Overthinking isn't just thinking too much. It's thinking too much about the wrong things. It's a loop that feeds on your fears, insecurities, and doubts. You must recognize and accept that you're doing it. Admitting to ourselves that we have a problem is half the battle won. It's like turning on a light in a dark room, illuminating what was once hidden and allowing you to see clearly. So ask yourself, do you find yourself lying awake at night, pondering every word of a conversation? Do you spend hours contemplating simple decisions, turning them over and over in your mind until they become monumental tasks? If you recognize and accept this, then you have already taken the first courageous step by being here, acknowledging the need to change. Recognizing and accepting overthinking doesn't mean condemning yourself. It means understanding that it's a part of our human nature, something that can be observed, understood, and ultimately mastered. You see, friends, by acknowledging that you overthink, you give yourself permission to address it. Start journaling your thoughts. Write down what's bothering you, and you'll find patterns. Recognize them, embrace them, and prepare to conquer them. Your mind is not a garbage bin. If you constantly let others give you their opinions, your mind can become overwhelmed, like a trash bin full of unnecessary things. Don't listen to everything you hear and think about it all the time. If you keep putting everything into your mind, It gets tired, and then your body feels tired all day. It's that simple. If you keep putting too much information or opinion in your mind, it can even affect your sleep. You might keep thinking about those things all night and end up not sleeping well. So how can you avoid this? When you feel overwhelmed by other people's opinions, ask yourself this question: does it add any value to me? If it doesn't help you in any way, try to ignore it and focus on something else. Since each of us only has one life, we shouldn't let other people's unhelpful opinions dictate it. Challenge your thoughts. Imagine you've been given the responsibility of leading a new project at work. As the deadline approaches, a thought creeps into your mind. I'm not qualified for this. I'm going to fail, and everyone will know I'm not reliable. Now, this thought is powerful and can easily spiral into overthinking, causing stress and panic. But let's challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought true? What evidence supports it? Have you failed before, or is this fear based on assumptions and insecurities? You've likely been chosen for this task because of your skills and accomplishments. Your past successes are facts that can't be ignored. Put the thought on trial and cross-examine it. Demand evidence, and you'll often find that this fear of failure is not based on reality, but on unfounded anxiety. Your mind might be playing tricks on you, turning a simple challenge into an insurmountable obstacle. Now reject this false thought and replace it with a positive affirmation. I am strong. I am capable. I am in control. I've succeeded before, and I can do it again. Embrace this truth and let it guide you through the project. Set boundaries for time to think and time to act. Consider the wise decision-making of a seasoned chess player. They understand that while planning and strategizing are vital, there comes a point where they must make a move. They allocate specific time to think, assess the board, anticipate their opponent's moves, and then act. They don't linger in indecision. They move forward, knowing that the game's flow depends on timely decisions. Similarly, in your life, you must learn to set boundaries between the time to think and the time to act. Allocate a specific amount of time to contemplate your decisions. Whether it's choosing a career path, making a significant purchase, or deciding how to approach a personal challenge, give yourself the space to think. Analyze the options, weigh the pros and cons, and consult your intuition and values. But then, when the time is up, move forward with the best decision you've made at that moment. Embrace it, commit to it, and act upon it. Remember, no decision is set in stone. Life is a constant flow of choices and changes. Even if you realize later that you could have made a different decision, it's the learning from that choice that enriches your life experience. There is tremendous value in moving forward, making mistakes, learning and growing, rather than getting stuck in endless loops of overthinking. Be here now. The present moment is all we truly have. It's where life unfolds, where joy is felt, and where connections are made. Yet how often do you truly experience the present, untainted by the noise of your thoughts? Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and engaging with the now without judgment. It's not about shutting out the world or escaping our responsibilities. It's about fully embracing the current experience, whether it's the sensation of the wind against your skin, the taste of your morning coffee, or the sound of a loved one's laughter. Consider, for example, a simple act like eating a meal. Often we eat while distracted, thinking about our next meeting or replaying a conversation in our heads. But what if instead, we took the time to truly savor the food, to appreciate its texture, its flavor, its nourishment? Such mindfulness transforms a mundane act into a moment of connection and joy. Mindfulness can be as simple as focusing on your breath, feeling its rhythm, and appreciating the life it represents. It doesn't require hours of meditation or a drastic change in lifestyle. It simply requires a conscious decision to be fully engaged with the present. I hope you can overcome overthinking soon by practicing what I've shared. I pray that this video will bring some light into your life. Thank you for tuning in, and may the rest of your day be filled with wonder and delight.